Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Jaguars take over first down at their own 24-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Back to throw. Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They go play action now. Lawrence. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And complete right side to Cook.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now Lawrence on first down.
Steps away to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he finds his tight end, Graham.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. It's Graham again with a catch, just like the last play.
His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle.
Touchdown! A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Vedvik now for the extra point.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
2nd and 11. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Cook.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Browns at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. In motion goes the tight end. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw again. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 13-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss.
And that's caught inside the 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13.
Logan Cook, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go, and it's short.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Cooper, the man in motion right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Cook. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, the 20, 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Round 7. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll throw now on the final play. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get this down to the 10. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
2nd and 9. Hands it off out of the gun.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
19, Simon, 19, Simon.
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Pass knocked free there by Tyson Campbell.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
In motion, the tight end. looking to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! Touchdown, Jaguars! What an excellent run, and from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Complete to number 4. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jaguars' 47-yard.
2nd down and 3.
He'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
James Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead.
Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Lawrence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
McGavin brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
2nd and 2. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Fielded at the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. 23 yards on the play. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd down and inches. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts, but without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
So the field goal got them back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal got them back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. His kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This one taken just inside the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.